Welcome to the Peer Meet the Students podcast, where every month we showcase a student or researcher from the Peer Pacific Earthquake Engineering Research Center community. My name is Crystal, and I'm here with Brian. We are both from the Peer Student Committee, and today we are joined by Dr. Danilo Kusanovic.
Danilo received his bachelor and master's degree in civil engineering at the Technical University Federico Santa Maria in Chile, as well as a second master in analysis and design of earthquake-resistant structures at the National Technical University of Athens in Greece. During his undergraduate and postgraduate thesis, he worked in the area of reliability-based optimization for structural systems, while during his PhD at the California Institute of Technology, Caltech, he focused on general aspects of numerical methods in engineering applied to soil structure interaction and their regional scale effects. Currently, Danilo is an assistant professor at the Technical University Federico Santa Maria in Chile.
Welcome, Danilo. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for the invite.
Well, we'd like to start out with a few short, fun questions. And the first question is, other than your office or lab, what's a good place you enjoy doing your research?
I would like to say the Red Dog Cafe here in Caltech is a really nice place to read papers and think about how to solve your problems while I'm enjoying, of course, the good weather of California.
What has been your favorite moment in graduate school so far?
Usually, I would say hanging out with my friends while we discuss our issues in research, having some beers, of course, are the best moments in grad school.
What hobbies do you enjoy?
Essentially, I would say coding, running, weightlifting, and watching movies are like my hobbies.
And do you have any daily routines?
My days are pretty similar. I wake up in the morning, go to work, and after finishing work, I usually go hit the gym. And at night, if I have free time, I enjoy watching movies or playing video games.
What course have you enjoyed most in school?
I did like the class here, functional analysis, and also inverse problem. And of course, the computational solid mechanics classes were fantastic here at Caltech. And I did like them.
Well, thanks for answering our fun questions. Now we would like to get to know more about you and your academic career. So we can get started by asking you what made you interested in earthquake engineering?
Oh, so when I was a kid, I don't know if you remember, but there was a Discovery Channel series called Mega Constructions.
Yeah,
and I think I got really interested in the problem of vibration. So also Chile is a country where earthquakes takes place really often. So I thought it might be a good idea to study something along the lines of earthquake engineering, and I'm trying to understand more about this phenomenon. That's actually what made me interested in earthquake engineering.
What are your research objectives?
Well, basically developing computational tools that can bridge the gap between high fidelity finite element models and data simulation for understanding, let's say, the behavior of complex phenomenon is what are my research objectives, like in a nutshell. This tool can then be used, for instance, to create reduced order models that can be employed to estimate global responses of complex systems in a very efficient and accurate way. And as you know, we always try to develop simple models so that practitioner can use it. We're at their service. So that's the main research objective for me, at least.
Yeah, and having simple models will also run faster, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What would you say are your general career goals?
My career goals is very simple. I would like to become a good lecturer to be able to provide to my students the knowledge I have obtained during my PhD and experiences as a researcher and postdoc here at Caltech. I believe that in order to move forward, let's say in this way, we need to prepare and provide the future generations with all the tools and understanding that they need in their career. So that is what it drives me, at least for now, as a career goal.
I love that. Did you know that you wanted to teach from the beginning?
Yes. I always wanted to become a lecturer.
What is the course that you enjoy the most teaching?
Usually in grad school, the finite elements, and in a undergrad level, I would say dynamic of the structures. Those are the classes I enjoy the most, or I would like
Nice,
to
nice.
teach.
Can you tell us about Seismic VLab and how other researchers and practitioners use it?
Yeah, of course. Seismic VLab is actually a software I had the opportunity to develop during my PhD. It's a C++ fine element software that was created in order to simulate and solve high fidelity wave propagation problems and solid structure interaction as well. Seismic VLab, as we call it here in my group, SVL, is an open source code that can be installed so far in Windows, Mac, and Linux operating systems. Therefore, researchers and practitioners are more than welcome to use it in any way they want, since it's an open source. They will be able to download it from the website, www.seismicvlab.com, starting on December the 1st this year. So check it out. The website is there. It's under construction, and I welcome you to use it as well, if you like it.
What are the activities in your research that have been the most challenging?
Oh, that's a tough one. I believe that understanding the close relation between engineering, mathematics, and computer sciences was the most challenging activity that I had to deal with, at least in my PhD. In particular, making sense of the mathematics that are involved in when you solve solid structure interaction problems was very difficult, at least for me. And so I believe that nowadays, if you lack one of them, there are high chances that research will become at some point a very hard task. So trying to relate these three, especially now, is very important with all this boom in machine learning, data simulation, and all those branches that our career is actually going or moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
So what will be, in general, what would you say is like your recommendation for other students?
I would say like,
or
I mean,
how did you deal with it?
It's like having a good background or probably doing a minor in mathematics is highly recommended. And if you like all these sort of tools in machine learning, having some experience in CS courses, such as programming in C or Python, is highly recommended and very useful, especially if you plan to stay here in the US.
So can you tell us about any achievements which you are especially proud of?
Well, as I said, like developing Seismic VLab during my PhD is what I'm more proud of in some way, since it took me a lot of effort and discipline, and also all the understanding of the mathematics as well as the computer aspect that are related to the software development. So trying to integrate all this thing is not an easy task, and it requires you to move in different fields in order to grasp the best of each one and try to come up with this product to be, of course, useful for other people. So that is essentially what I'm more proud of so far, let's say.
Yeah, so Danilo, thank you so much for joining us today. We had a wonderful time learning more about your work, about you and your work, and all the advice you provide to us. And before we go, if people have any questions for you, how can they get in touch?
In general, like they can visit my website or my GitHub account, or also my Google Scholar. All my information and contact information is there, so they can just go and click it and shoot me an email, and for anything they need. Also, the information is in the Seismic VLab website. That's the best way they can find me.
So this concludes our monthly spotlight for the Meet the Peer Student series. See you in the next one.